Alright, man, he's coming out quick with this. Alright, here we go. Really? What do you think?
That looks more like a US, like a van, like a van or something.
Oh, it's buffering. Interesting.
Could you imagine seeing someone driving that around town?
That is an odd looking car or truck.
The Cybertruck was finally unveiled, and now we can put all of those artist renderings to rest. Although based on several responses, some people like the renderings over the real thing. Unfortunately, I was waitlisted upon clicking on the RSVP link in my email, but even if I did get a slot, my boss made it clear I wasn't going to get the days off I needed to get there and back, which is about an 8-hour drive. So instead, I popped up some popcorn, got some movie theater candy with my son, and we watched from the comfort of home. Now I have to admit, it took me a while to process what I was looking at. Elon was not kidding when he said this will not be like any truck you've ever seen. If you showed me this without any context, I certainly wouldn't call it a truck. I would think it was a prop for a science fiction movie or something like that. This is definitely breaking away from anything traditional. In fact, Musk started the presentation showing the audience what normal trucks look like, alluding to the fact that they are plain and difficult to distinguish from one another. This is a love it or hate it Tesla vehicle. There is no in between. Either you're in or you're out. Now that being said, let's take a look at what we know at this point, because there are still a lot of unanswered questions. First and foremost, the price. For a two-wheel drive with a 250 plus mile range, it will only set you back about $40,000. The next tier up is an all-wheel drive dual motor with a 300 plus mile range for $50,000. And $70,000 for a tri-motor all-wheel drive with a 500 plus mile range. Now these prices are very impressive, especially when you put them up against the Rivian truck, which starts at $70,000 with a 230 plus mile range. However, it should be mentioned that all Rivians will be 4-motor all-wheel drive. The two-wheel drive Cybertruck will be able to tow about 7,500 pounds. The dual motor 10,000 and the tri-motor 14,000 pounds. Now, all of the Rivian trucks will have a tow rating of just over 11,000 pounds. Now, Rivian does have an advantage over the first two tiers of the Cybertruck, but falls behind the third tier. The Cybertruck has a ground clearance of 16 inches compared to the Rivian's 14 inches. The approaching and departing angles are pretty close, with the Cybertruck at a 35-degree approach angle and a 28-degree departure angle. The Rivian is 34 degrees and 30 degrees, respectively. Now let's talk interior. Now, based on what I'm seeing in pictures and videos, Tesla is going for that minimalistic design like that of the Tesla Model 3. Now, I'm not exactly sure what's going on with that concrete or marble countertop that's on the dash, but I can't imagine that will be on the production model. Otherwise, it seems to only have a center console screen without much of a center console between the two front seats, making room for a center seat in the front, giving you room for about 6 passengers. However, Tesla claims there will be storage under the rear seats. Now, as I mentioned, it does have that center console screen measuring in at 17 inches compared to the 15-inch screen in the Tesla Model 3. And the Cybertruck will have its own user interface. If you scroll through social media, you'll find that there is a big base of people who have given Tesla their refundable $100 deposit to get in line and be one of the first to configure their Cybertruck. It will be interesting to compare the number of Cybertruck reservations to that of the Rivian. And although it would be an unfair comparison since the reservation for Rivian is about $1,000. For now, I'm out, but not necessarily all out. Now, aside from keeping my $100, I'm going to ride this one out and see what happens as we start learning more about the Cybertruck, along with others like the Rivian and the Ford F-150. I will be honest, I think the Cybertruck is pretty ugly, but I'm able to look past that and understand the fact that Tesla is the leader in the EV revolution, and the Cybertruck may prove to be the future of trucks. Now, like the style of the 80s and 90s, we might look back and say, what were we thinking? So what do you think? Have you already observed one? Are you waiting it out like me, or are you giving the Cybertruck a big thumbs down? Either way, I'd love to hear what you think. Well, that's it for now. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to see more of my instructional videos for the Tesla Model 3 and would also like to help support this channel, do me a favor and click the subscribe button. Well, as always, thanks for watching, and until my next video, stay positively charged.